Hello friends, what's up? How's everyone doing? I hope you guys are well. I am slowly getting back into the routine again. I have been allowing myself to be sad and grieving my sweet girl. If you guys didn't catch my previous video, we lost our dog Macy this summer. I can't even talk about it still without crying. She was always right here at my feet filming. So right now I just have Rue, who is across the room sitting on top of the printer. So she might be bebopping in a little bit. She was just standing behind here when I was trying to take my thumbnail pictures. And let me tell you, thumbnails are so hard. I probably just took 50 pictures, of which 3 I will keep. Talk about ruining my mojo this morning. Anyway, it's a gloomy, dark, rainy day here, kind of feeling like my mood, kind of feeling like a little bit of dark romance. I'm bringing you the second book in a duet that is definitely a darker, kind of heavy duet. And I felt like it was appropriate to film today. I've already filmed the first video. I filmed that one right after I finished the first book. I went straight on to the second book, but then like the wheels fell off the bus this summer. Anywho, do you guys want to see Shelby? We have another cat. She's never around when I'm filming. It was always just Macy and Rue, but lo and behold, I started setting up my lights and stuff in here today, and in she sauntered. Now, her and Rue don't get along. Shelby's a bully. It's really sad. It breaks my heart. It stresses me out to no end, but I'm gonna go get her so you guys can say hi to her too. That's Shelby. She's our other kitty, but she's usually not anywhere near where I'm filming. Isn't that cute though? Yeah, that's my girl. She's 12 years old. She's so sweet. I love her. I love her. I love her. But she breaks my heart when she's mean to Rue. Anyway, I just thought you guys might think it was fun to see both of them. Like I said, I'm sure Rue will be popping around. Let's get to talking about today's book, which is Faithful, the second book in the Graceless Duet by Britt. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kat. I love to share about the romance novels that I read here on my channel. I primarily read romance. I love supporting indie authors. You'll find lots of indie authors on my channel here. I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and come hang out with us here regularly. And then also come say hi to me on my social media, which is Kat Reads Romance on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You can probably hear Rue playing in the background. I apologize. Let's get to talking about Faithful. Holy smokes. At the end of the first book, I was like, okay, I think I'm getting there. I think I'm getting it. This is definitely a darker book for Nat. I was actually really surprised like how deep and dark in the feels she goes. I adore Dylan. Oh my gosh, do I adore Dylan. I was not sure about Kai at the end of the first book, but I was like, okay, I think I'm seeing where we're going. I was really glad that it was a duet and that I had the second book right away to go into. But this is a heavy story. Dylan's life has not been easy. This duet is an duet, and that is a big part of the story. Dylan has basically always known he was gay. His dad not having it. He is just not having it in a really bad way. Sadly, he doesn't see the beautiful family that he has in front of him. Dylan has gone to college, is graduating, is setting out on his own, and of course his dad is holding purse strings over his head, and Dylan's like, you know what? F off. I can do this by myself. I loved Dylan for that. I loved how I just loved Dylan. And I just was not sure where and if I was going to get there with Kai. He definitely piqued my interest. He is a man of very few words. So when he spoke up, I listened. Kai on his own, we are getting to know a little bit more about Kai's demons. He holds everything really close to the vest. This is kind of an unconventional love story in how they are put in each other's paths in life. This is not just some meet cute. There is some heavy subject matter which brings Dylan to Kai and him wanting to get some answers from him, and then all of a sudden is kind of taken aback by these other feelings that arise. That's all in the first book. In this book, they're kind of figuring out what those feelings are because, Kai's kind of feeling them too. Let's also remember that Kai is a rock star. He's the lead singer of a band that is pretty hardcore. There's people that think they're Satan worshipers. It's not true, but they're just like a dark, heavy band, and Kai lives and breathes that persona very well. He is fine with the ambiguity of, is that me? Is it not me? This is me when I'm on stage. Kai is an introvert, most certainly. Kai has not had an easy life, but I really liked getting to know more about him in this book. We do get a little bit of a cliffhanger from the first book into this book. They decide they're not talking. I was like, oh no, like, because I just never was really sure about their relationship or lack of a relationship or what was going to be the foundation of their relationship. Like I said, it's not a meet cute. Dylan wants answers. Kai's not sure what to give him. Can he give him? Does he want to give him answers? He doesn't have all the answers. The book is from Dylan's perspective, and these are a few passages right from the beginning. Are we talking now? I ask bluntly. Maybe. So is that a yes or a no? It's a maybe. Right. He's back to his thorny self. Silence. Don't talk, he says. Okay, don't. Let's just sit like this for a while. Unless you're not sitting. I am. Don't talk. We're mute for the next few minutes. The only sounds that fill the void around us are occasional breaths and the hum of the crickets outside my window. Thanks, Kai says eventually. I can't remember him ever expressing gratitude willingly and being this vulnerable while doing so, and my gut tells me he's not as calm as he wants to appear. Are you all right? I ask carefully, fully aware that he can just hang up if my question isn't to his liking. Not like he hasn't done this sort of thing before. I don't know. His whisper is incredibly soft, almost as if I imagined it. There's this vulnerability that they both have with each other that neither one of them has in any other aspect of their life. Dylan has it a little bit with his best friend, but there's this raw vulnerability that I felt with Nat's writing that I absolutely loved. And that was the part that really sucked me in and would get my heart pumping. The way she wrote their vulnerability, just perfection. The way Nat unfolds their lives as the book is going on was really interesting to me. She writes about the everyday kind of mundane stuff that makes up characters' lives in books. It's not a typical rock star romance. Yes, Kai is a rock star, and all of that is a big part of him, obviously, and a big part of the story. But it's really about every conversation that they have and whether that's pulling them towards each other or them pulling away. It's angsty as heck. Kai is a really overwhelming presence on stage. I found myself in those parts that we get of him performing really transfixed, super into it, just like Dylan was. I saw the allure that Dylan saw and that Kai's fans saw. Kai sends Dylan a song, and it was just like, oh my God. And we don't actually get the lyrics of the song, but we get Dylan's reaction and then actually the public's reaction once it gets released. This is what Dylan says. There's a prompt to download a file named Untitled Demo. I do that and then reach for my nightstand drawer and grab my earbuds to listen whatever it is Kai has sent me. It's always like that with him. You can have expectations, but reality is different. Yes. I don't know what I'm hoping to hear, but it's not the creepy, out of this world hum of a synthesizer in perfect harmony with the lyrics that he once sang to me in a hotel room in Houston. I recognize the words almost instantly. There's a kind of intimacy embedded in each syllable that's only infused into a song if that song is for someone special and not for the consumption of the crowd. My stomach curls, my heart beats faster, and I'm enveloped by the deep rasp of Kai's voice for the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds. When the music ends, I feel myself falling apart, breaking and shattering and spilling across the bed sheets like water and pieces of glass. Something pulls at my chest, something desperate and heavy. And then I register a trail of wetness slithering down my cheek. I realize that I'm crying. I loved how vulnerable and emotional they were with each other without even trying. And the way that gets conveyed with Nat's writing, I was just a pile of mush. They are rough with each other, and yet they are tender too. Okay, she's being really goofy. Sorry if she's like distracting. They are two people that have both been so hurt in their lives, and it has scarred them. But they also both really try not to hurt back. You know what I mean? They don't want to hurt other people. They don't want to hurt each other. And their story is so freaking meaty and complex. I was just like, what? Especially this second book. It really took me off my feet in a way that I did not expect. Natalie took all the pieces that she gave us in the first book, and they all fit together in this book, and I freaking loved it. I said before, I loved Dylan. Oh my God, he was easy to love. He was so affable and smart, and I just loved his heart, and I actually ended up loving Kai too. I wasn't sure if I would get there with Kai, but I totally did. Nat definitely hits on some serious topics in this book. She addresses sexuality, she addresses mental health, she addresses broken families, she addresses how addiction can affect a family, she addresses fame and how that opens you up to the world, and how being in a position of power makes you maybe think that you are the puppeteer, but when it comes down to it, you can also be the puppet. There's a lot covered in this book, but in my opinion, she handled it and wrote a beautiful love story between Dylan and Kai. It's real and it's raw. Those are my favorite kind. Let me know if you have read either of these books in the Graceless Duet. You know I always love to hear. I've read a few of her books and done videos on them. I will make sure that I put them in the description box below so you can check those out as well. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.